this is Hedda. It's time to set up for March in my bullet journal. This video is kindly sponsored by RUSTICO, and I'll talk more about them later in this video. Before I start with the March spreads, I thought I'd flip through my February pages since I actually made weekly spreads this month. I'm absolutely loving the Ghibli theme, and I can't deny that I kind of just wanted to keep it going in March as well. But don't worry, I'm not doing that. Each weekly spread is dedicated to a movie, so we've got Spirited Away first, then Princess Mononoke, Laputa, and lastly The Tale of Princess Kaguya. Oh, and I also ended up doing all of my weeklies in Japanese because it fits so well. If you didn't already know, I actually lived several years in Japan, so it's kind of like a second home to me. For March, I decided to go with the Catkin Willow theme. It's still very much winter here in Norway, but I'm hoping that spring will show its face sometime in March. I used both Winsor & Newton watercolors and Tombow dual brush pens for these spreads. I kind of regret the whole watercolor thing because the paper is so stiff and I don't really like the smoothness of the paper, but I spent so much time and paint on these small pieces that I figured I should at least use some of them. I painted them the night before filming this, and trust me, it was an adventure. Way too much time on that horrible editing, but I will say it reflects my inner turmoil very well, so I am not sorry. My cover page is really simple. As you can see, I glued in one of the circles I painted and wrote March with a pentel brush pen. Honestly, if I were to do this again, I'd probably just use the Tombows and draw the whole thing like I did on the next pages, but here we are. So the next spread is my calendar/monthly dashboard spread. I usually don't show the sketching part of my planning, but I thought I'd include some of it in this video to show you how incredibly simple it is to draw a catkin. Basically, you just draw some lines for the branches and some ovals for the fluffy part, and then just make a leaf shape in the same brown color as the branch to make it look more realistic. I also go over it with a black fine liner afterwards, and I make sure to make the fluffy parts look, well, fluffy. I used the peach colored Tombow brush pen to letter March, and I tried to make it look nice and all. The calendar grid I made is super wonky, but you know me, I'll survive. It wasn't the most important part of the spread anyway, so it's okay. The Tombow colors I'm using in these spreads are the 899, N75, and 912. The right side of the spread is going to be a list calendar, kind of like Ryder Carroll does his calendars. I figured it'd be nice to change things up a little bit. I used the same peach Tombow to mark the weekend so that it's not just a column of numbers, and I think I will like this for this month. The last thing I did on this spread was to fill in the calendar with a gray Tombow. It didn't show up that well on camera, but it looks fine in real life. The next spread had to suffer from me pasting in some of the watercolor paintings I made because I really liked the look of the gradient, and I know I wouldn't have been able to do that by just filling rectangles with a brush pen, so yeah, that happened. The top rectangle is for my monthly goals and the bottom one is for my most important tasks for the month. I'm drawing catkin at the bottom, and I'm also drawing more catkin on the right side of the spread because I love catkin. And then I'll be making a list for my thesis. If you don't know, I am currently writing my master's thesis. That's graduate thesis to you Americans. And I need more structure in my life, hence the spread. While I'm drawing more catkin on this spread, let me tell you about RUSTICO, who is sponsoring this video. RUSTICO is a company based in Utah that makes really pretty notebooks and other leather goods. The traveler's notebook I'm using at the moment was gifted to me by them and I really love it. Go to rustico.com to check out their website or click on the link in the description box below. Am I kind of tired of drawing catkin now? Not at all. Now I'm going to do something I normally don't do, which is make a weekly spread in my monthly setup video. I really liked my setup from the second week of February, so I'm kind of recreating that using another watercolor rectangle from last night, which I split into 8 parts so that each day has a box and room for a March calendar grid at the top, which I tried to write on a straight line, but yeah. And of course, more catkin, always more catkin. I honestly think this is one of the simplest botanical drawings ever, which basically anyone can do. I'm not even doing any shading or anything, it's very straightforward. The last thing I'm gonna do is add some finishing touches. I'm adding some stars and sparkle to match the painting on the cover page, and that's it. Before I leave you to the final flip through, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of me, and you know, follow me on Instagram if you're interested in seeing all the spreads filled out. Now I will leave you to the final flip through. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife, and I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has a clearer light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face,